Good morning. Happy Thursday. I want to just say, first of all, you only have one more day till spring break, so we're almost there, so we'll get there. All you need to be doing today is just, I'm hoping, finishing up those essays. And it looks like a lot of those rough drafts are coming in. But I also understand that some of you it sounds like, just getting technology this week. And so it's been a little difficult to get those essays finished, typed, and sent. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today, about just readjusting, what our schedule looks like, and then give you a preview of what's to come after spring break. So I've been working on that plan, and I'm pretty excited to share that with you. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and just get started with our day. We will look at the website here. And if you're having trouble getting to the website, I know some of you yesterday that had school issued Chromebooks, it kept blocking the site saying it was a forum or a blog. I did submit the work order to our technology department, and they were incredible and awesome. And they fixed that yesterday at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They said it was all fixed and there shouldn't be any issues. If there are, please let me know, because I will let Gary and Trev know, and then they can hopefully troubleshoot that again. But they said it was just a blocked issue the way the school computers are set up, as to what they screen that comes in as an outside source. So you should be good to go. But no worries, if you can't get to the website, remember, you can just go right up here to your Clever. And on Clever, once it loads here, you'll see you can get basically everything you need. You just watch the lesson, and then your module sheets, as you know, are here, and just work through things. There's your Schoology link. So you don't need to go anywhere extra. You can just click right on that. And the website, of course, is really nice because it has the extra resources. It has all of the samples that I've been working on, or the Mrs. P on paper that is to help guide you through step by step on that writing assignment that you're working on, or any other tools that you might need or resources that you might need. Let's go ahead and look at that module sheet. So I can click it from Clever, or again, I can go to the website and click that, and it's just posted under the daily message. We're going to look at this together and walk through what needs to be completed and what you've already completed. So let's start with, well, the yo-yo reading here, as we know, you do that every day, so that's not new. That's something you've been doing all year. And the daily quick writes, you write all the time, so that's not new. That's about 10 minutes. That's about 5 minutes. The no red ink, remember, this was a before the shutdown, right? This was assigned 2 weeks before we shut down, but you had time in class to get that done, and not everybody had enough time. So I said you could have plenty of time to get that done. So I extended that due date, of course. So that's, I think everybody actually, now when I went out there yesterday, it looked like most people were finished. So again, the Lit Pod rules, that was a before the shutdown thing, right? You were assigned that in class the week before the shutdown, and they were going to be due the week we actually shut down. So it's hard to get that last, wrapped up. But you had all of that the week before we were switching to digital learning. So that's a before the shutdown thing. That's not new, but we needed to get those in. Usually you would share those, right? You were sharing those with your group, and we couldn't do that this time, so you just shared them with me. And that's going to have to be the best that we can do. Remember those Lit Pod rules? Those go with your Animal Farm discussion. Usually you would do that in class, right? So that's not new. You knew that was coming. You knew you'd have to share your Lit Pod rule and have a discussion with people about literature. Not new. But what was new about this was putting it then into Turnitin.com. And that was tricky sometimes to navigate how to get to an account we haven't used since our last short story when we read The Pedestrian. So it's been a while, so we had to refresh our usernames and passwords. But I think looking out there, out of 95 people, I think I'm still waiting on about 14, 15 people to do that post. And it's just answering a couple questions that I would ask in class and then want the class to be discussing and talking about. And then you'll respond just like you would in class. You speak back to someone. So that's what these responses are here. and you'll just respond to 3 people. I had some great questions yesterday in live office hours. People were bopping in and asking about those responses. And the question I had over and over again is I want to address today is that you can respond to any 3 people you wanted to. And it can be all in one question, or you could respond to one person in question 1 and 2 people in question 2. It's however you wanted to be engaged in the conversation that's happening online. So that takes care of the discussions. The essays, again, this was a before the shutdown assignment. Right? This was not new. We worked on these. You had your graphic organizer or your outline in class. You'd already completed it. You were moving into the drafting stage. Several of you had finished your rough drafts, so all you had to do was share them with Pressenger English anytime this week. Okay? I got a lot of them last night, and so I'm going to be putting comments on those today. If you didn't start this before the shutdown in class or as your home fun, it was the only home fun you had that week, then I bet you are probably feeling a little stressed, and I understand that. Because I'm not there to help guide you through it. That's why on the website, I did put both of the links there for you so you can get some help if you need to, right? Click on the writing tab. And when you go to that writing tab, it has the essay, character analysis, Mrs. P on paper tips, and how to present those quotes, your evidence in MLA format. And that, I know it's tricky. I know it's hard when you're not able to, hear everything and have it explained to you like we would in class. I understand that. There was a video last week or earlier this week that walks you through that. And I tried to teach that in one of the daily videos. So you can go back and watch those as well. Okay. When we look at the module, let's continue with that. That's the rough draft. Now, here's where I'm finding that I need to just stop for a minute and let you make a choice. Several people did not get any technology until this week. So we didn't have all the computers out to students until Tuesday for sure. And then internet was still getting set up for some people. And so because of that, what I'm going to have you do is for your rough draft, when you go to Schoology today, I'm going to ask you a question about whether you want option A or option B. Option A is, yes, I want comments on this rough draft. I would like Mrs. P to make comments so that I can revise it and turn in my final draft into Turnitin.com tomorrow before midnight. And then, I want you to relax over your spring break and not have anything else to work on. So that's option A. I want comments, please. I'm going to revise and I'm going to submit my final draft, my best writing to Turnitin.com by tomorrow night at midnight. That's option A. Option B, I've been a little behind. I am feeling like I didn't have everything I needed to get going. So then you are going to pick option B for I don't need any comments. Please just grade my essay. And you can just submit that directly into Turnitin.com right here for your final draft. When you go to Turnitin.com, it'll say submit. I'm going to walk you through that in a minute. So option A, comments please on this rough draft, and I will turn in my final draft tomorrow. Option B, don't need any comments. Here's my essay. Please just grade it, and you'll turn it in Turnitin.com. So that's it. The Animal Farm vocabulary. Remember, we are scheduled to have a quiz on the 7th. I'm looking at how that's going to look now that we're not in class. It's going to maybe look different. It obviously is going to look different than it would if we were sitting in class. But that hasn't changed. You have those words. You have practiced them. We did an assignment in Schoology to remind you and to review. Quizlet, just remember, is the place where you can go. You have a Quizlet account. You can put your words in there, practice them, play games with them, and that will help you study. You do not have to do Quizlet. That was another question I had yesterday when people came into the live office hours. And I applaud you if you're taking advantage of that. Good for you. But they were asking, do we have to do it in Quizlet? No, it's just there to help you. It's a good study tool, remember. but you don't have to do that. But what you should be doing is at least studying them somehow so you're familiar with them. And then when I post the video on Monday after spring break, I'll let you know what that quiz is going to look like. Your article reviews, that hasn't changed, right? Those were before the shutdown. They were due, obviously during our shutdown, so I've just moved everything. I have about 25 of those, maybe a little bit more, emailed me yesterday that already turned those in. And several of them are right here that you turned them in hard copy before the shutdown. So don't panic if you're like, did I do it or not do it? If you just want to shoot me an email, I can let you know if you've already turned it in because several people turned those in earlier. So again, that's not new. I want you to just start feeling like you're in control and that you are just working through things slowly. It is hard. If we weren't caught up here before the break, it probably is feeling overwhelming, and I understand. So just take your time, slow down, do what you can. Right? Just do the best you can with what you have. That's what we're all doing right now. Let's go ahead and look at, once you've decided on what you want to do with that essay, A or B, then we have to make sure that it gets submitted the correct way. And I can either do that on the website here, and I would just click turn it in, just like that. When I log in, it's going to take me to my personal inbox or where your assignments sit. And let's just make me a student. Oops, let's go on capital high. Go back. Here we go. When I'm in this area here, let's move the camera down. It says assignment inbox. Remember, this is different than your discussion posts. Your discussion, remember, discuss means to communicate, to have dialogue over something. That's the discussion. The assignment for the essay is going to sit in assignment inbox. It says Animal Farm Character Analysis Final Draft. That's what you want to submit. So if you're waiting for option A, then you need to wait for your comments to come back today. I'll get those finished today or this evening, and then you'll be able to revise and you will submit tomorrow at some time before midnight. If you are picking option B, you don't want comments, just here's my essay, please grade it. That is going to go directly here. You will just click on submit. It'll be blue, and then you just walk through the steps. It's not difficult, I promise you. It's very self-explanatory. It will ask you, what assignment do you want to submit? You click on the document you want to share with me. It's going to show you a picture of it. Is this the one you want? You say yes, upload, and then you just wait, and it'll give you a little green check mark. It will say this has been submitted. Because right now with technology, things are working pretty slow, you might have to wait and be patient a little bit. You may need to go back to your inbox and see if it's been submitted. If it's been submitted, it's going to say resubmit here because remember, means again. And you don't want to resubmit, you've already finished it. And then you're completely finished. You have nothing else to do unless you're catching up on late work or missing work or other assignments that you're trying to get in. But that's the last thing you need to accomplish before spring break. I'm going to work on those over spring break, so they will go on this quarter's grades. And then we'll be ready to start fresh and clean when we come back from spring break. I will let you know that it's going to look a little different when we come back from spring break. You will still have the videos. They might not be daily any longer. The teachers had a meeting yesterday, all of the department chair teachers with Mr. Tennis. And so what I'm going to do is probably post a video 2, maybe 3 times a week, depending on what we're working on. And then Mondays will be just your day to watch the video, to upload the module sheet, remember, that you will still have, and that will walk you through your whole week. So you'll know what's coming for the week. You can work on those at your own pace. And then there will be no assignment on that Monday that you'll need to turn in. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you are going to be working on those assignments, and then you'll need to have everything in by that Friday. And you might have some things due on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, just depending on what we're working on with the literature and the writing. But just know that the videos will be fewer, and you'll still have the module sheet that I want you to check on and work through. but the assignments will look a little different because most of ours, as you noticed, we're just catching up and finishing what we already started. But when we start a fresh new quarter, I'm going to be giving you more of a project-based learning assignments, which means you will choose from a little menu what activities you would like to be completing for that week for your assignments. And you'll need to do that and then just check in with me. There'll be dates on there about 2 or 3 times a week rather than every day. Your Schoology, we will still be using Schoology. And now that I know that everybody's in and it's working, we won't need to do that every day. We'll just be using that for certain assignments, and that will be on your module sheets as well, or it'll be in the explanation here for the day, just like here. Continue with your routine. After you watch the video, go to Schoology. So that will let you know what to do. I think it will be very easy and organized and hopefully easy for you to follow along. Of course, if you have questions, you know to come into those Zoom hours. I am here for you. That just click Zoom and your login codes, as you know, were already posted this week. So there's your join codes if you're in English 1. Honors, your join codes are on the other page. And honor students, remember, you're not working on that character analysis essay. You're working on your short stories. So it looks a little different. You're working on a different piece of writing, but you're still writing because you've already written a character analysis essay. So you're not writing a second one. For now, I'm going to go ahead and let you just go pop out to Schoology and see what option it is you're going to decide for that essay, for your character analysis essay on Animal Farm. I will check those today and then we'll move forward. I'll be grading your Turnitin.com posts and your Schoology check-ins, and those will be going into PowerSchool periodically throughout today and tomorrow. So you might want to bop in and see if you're missing anything. Remember, all the due dates are open. I'm taking all of your late work, so get it to me, and I'm happy to grade it and get it into PowerSchool before the quarter ends tomorrow. All right. Take care and have a great day.